2010 Toyota Venza. We are doing a customer purchase on Android radio. We're going to do an Android radio along with the backup cam. We already have it partially out. Open this cup holder thing and start from the bottom. You pry this wood grain panel out first. As I said, it's already out. Then it's supposed to have, somebody took this out. It's supposed to have a screw here. After you remove the screw, then this comes out and disconnect the heater control plugs, which is right here. And there should be two 10 mils right there and two further back. So total of 4 10 mils you're gonna have to remove, and the radio should come out.
Yeah, that's the one that's kind of like
that 10 mil is way deep inside. You're gonna need a long extension to go. Yeah, you're alright. You're in there, Jim.
Yeah, it's kind of angled too. So remember, this car was kind of a little bit tough.
I think you're on.
It's not straight.
No, you're tightening it, Jim. You're tightening it.
Here, which was always a pain to get.
No, I'm gonna move the shifter. Don't worry, just take those two out. Maybe we can take the side panel out first. Hang on, let me get the. Hang on.
This one's partly out. Now we just gotta
move the shifter.
All right,
so we got these 3 out with the long extension. However, on this corner here, right down there, you're gonna need to, the right way to do is to remove the center dash, then you can access that. Or if you have one of these 1/4-inch swivel ones, I'll put it on the link on the description, and you should be able to stick it inside. As you can see, it wobbles, and once you push it all the way in, and you should be able to remove it. And that's how I got that bolt out. That's a 10 mil. And the radio should come out. So everything comes out, and disconnect all the harnesses from behind. Now some of these, they have an airbag indication, and be careful, because if you do, you may want to disconnect the battery. This one doesn't have it. But if you do, disconnect the battery and just detach all the plugs. So this is the radio, obviously replaced where the factory bezel is. And that's what it's gonna look like. This radio comes with all the T harnesses, so you don't have to cut any wires. We are running a backup cam, aftermarket one, because this original one didn't have a backup cam. Basically, these are all T harness. Whatever fits, plug in. Whatever don't fit, you don't have to worry about it. You don't need that antenna because this is a regular antenna.
That's a regular antenna.
So you can cut that off. That powers up. So obviously we're going to have to take the air vent out from the original one and stick it in here. So we took the air vent from the old one and the heater control panel from the old one, and simply stick it back into the new one. No special trick, just remove and stick it in. Air vent lock pin here. The factory one, this locking cap is longer, so this doesn't lock in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this tabby off a little. I already cut this one, so I cut this one off a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. See how this one is a tall, and that's not locking in. So he's gonna cut 1/8 of an inch. Yep. No, that's too much. That's too much. Yep. Right there. There we go. And just get rid of that. Yep, that's good. No, don't cut it all the way out. And you're gonna do the same thing over here. You gotta make it straight down. You cannot have a little C shape. Just cut down straight here. That's a soft plastic, so you should be able to use a razor blade like what we are doing. Alright, so as I said, I cut this off because it was too tall. But now once you cut it, it fits okay. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to cut that little locking clips off. So what I did is I cut the side ones off, cut off a little bit of a tab here, because side one's also hitting as well. So you cut this middle pin off, which is a locking pin. These are guide, you don't need it. Take that off. Same thing over here. I took the guide off, cut the middle pin off a little bit. Same thing over here. Backup cam, I already have it out. I'm going to explain to you how it comes out. The center one comes out first. You just use the panel popper, remove this. After that, not these, the back one comes out. This panel, it's just a pressure fitted. Start from one corner, pry the entire panel down. The panel comes out fairly simple, as you can see. Then this comes out. Again, these are just clips right here. It comes out. So we're gonna put a backup cam. Okay, so remove the license plate, and you can access the hole for this one, or you can just mount it here, and I'll show you from inside. There is a hole right here, and you can run the wire through there, and you grab the wire. This is the power line for the cam. This is the RCA. This wire is connecting to the reverse light, so when you put the gear in reverse, it goes to reverse cam input. And this is one of the reverse light. So you grab that power line right here, this one here, and I believe it's the white one is the power. So we are running the RCA here alongside. Pop this out. It comes out easy. Just squeeze. Get a little pokey tool, run the wire down here, then we ran the wire through the headliner using this snake tool, run it, and you're going to run it alongside of this gasket here up to the radio. Reverse. Everything seems to be working. I'm going to put everything back together. Yes, it does.
Only is this good.
Why is it showing just the ground? You get a screw tight. There we go. Yes, it does.
It's good?
Yes.
You got it?